But these last 2 weeks have been amazing. And already on day one, there was instant relief on day one. And the biggest thing that you've taught me is to recognize those moments where I say, hey, oh, I have that pain here or on my neck. And through your teachings, I've been able to kind of slow down. Andrew, I work as a software engineer.
And your age?
And I'm 31.
Gotcha. And where do you live? You live in Washington?
Washington, yeah.
Yes. And so why are you here, sir?
Chronic lower back pain.
Gotcha. How many years?
5 years.
5 years. And so he heard it in basketball years ago, going down the middle. Andrew's x-rays are pretty straightforward. He has a 20 millimeter right imbalance and a 10-degree scoliosis. In this view, he has a right short leg and rib calcification. In this view, he has a lower reverse curve and a growing external occipital protuberance and a sway back and constipation in this last view. Okay, so what? You haven't self-adjusted?
I haven't self-adjusted since Friday.
Tell us about your sleep, how sleepy you were.
I was extremely tired all day yesterday after leaving. It was almost immediate, it just...
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, it was,
On the first adjustment?
On the first adjustment.
And the second adjustment, same thing, right?
Yeah, the hunger and the sleepiness kind of just took over. Usually I toss and turn all night. Last night I woke up only twice, and that was at like 5:30 in the morning. That's the time that I would normally get up for work,
Show me your notes too.
Oh, I have it on my phone.
Good, let's take a look.
This is just kind of...
Okay, so as you can see, taking some notes here. And so we always go over these notes. Low back left, standing, real as I was slouching. No, let me just read them now, okay? Low back left after driving for a few minutes, low back pain. So, and where time did I adjust you? You put that down here? Remember you want to put the time I adjust you on here?
Yes.
In the future? And then so this is not what I want really. I mean, it's closer, but it's better than yesterday. So low back left after driving a few minutes, that's good because I know it's a few minutes driving.
Yes.
Perfect. The next one, standing, realizing, standing where? So I want to still more specific on what you're doing. So standing on your phone, looking at your feet, picking your nose, at the park, at the beach. It's really what you're doing, not what you're interpreting. I don't care about your interpretation. I care about what you're doing. So today I'm going to teach you your first posture exercise, and then you're going to understand what to focus on and how much it's going to drive you freaking crazy.
Yeah, I asked my family, and they reminded me that when I was, 4 or 5, I was jumping on the bed. I fell off the bed, hit the bed frame on the left side. And I have, a scar here that, my skull almost...
Interesting, you have a scar too.
I have a scar.
That's how hard you hit.
That's how hard I hit it, yeah. So I remember that now.
Yeah. I bet it wasn't that you just hit your head on it. You probably hit and bounced off and hit the floor or your jaw, because your jaw is really freaking off.
Yeah.
It's interesting how sometimes we as people throw that trauma out of our brain, don't want to remember it. So that means that your body won't hold its adjustment nearly as much. I adjusted you laying down, right? And you like that. It changes things. So I was excited about this one because your neck is reversed in the lower part of your neck. And so also your shoulders are really tight. So I'm pushing down on your shoulders to show you where your shoulders should be, meaning they should be lower. And so yesterday I taught you this with ape hands. So now that I taught you ape hands, now we're just going to give you the feeling of what it's supposed to feel like to do it right.
Okay.
Okay. How much pain's here, sir?
Like a 7.
Like a 7? Okay.
More on the left than the right.
More on the left? Now,
yeah, weird.
Remember what I told you about that?
Yeah.
Your left seems worse than your right, even though your pain's on the right.
Yeah, and I feel like your right elbow's deeper than the left.
Because yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's because the right is actually looser, so I can kind of embed my elbow. Not that I'm trying to do it harder.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you feel any pain up into your head or down your arms or into your low back? Or just right pushing?
No, just the other shoulder.
I'm going to let go in a second. When I let go, you tell me what the difference in feel is.
Okay.
What does that feel like?
I feel like I'm 12 pounds lighter on my shoulders.
Yeah. And you feel an overwhelming sense of relaxation, right?
Yeah.
You feel like you can almost take a nap right now.
It's almost like a tingling, just like kind of there. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the reason why I'm showing this, the reason why I'm going through this with you guys on camera is because the brain perceives relaxation when these suckers are low, when they're relaxed.
Yeah.
There we go. Wow. Did you guys see how deep I had to go in that one? Okay. Good. What do you think of that, dog?
It's good. walking seems easier now, you know, especially after that the adjustment this morning. My neck felt much more loose.
And you're trying to let your neck relax more?
Yes,
Good.
yeah.
Perfect. And then what about the stairs? I had you try the stairs too, because we went over, he has trouble going down the stairs. So we actually taught him how to go down the stairs.
Yeah, it's good. I went up and down about 6 times.
Yeah, did you feel what I was talking about?
Yes, I made it, you know, I kept my vision forward, and it definitely helped. You know, I tried, and I noticed that after you pointed out, even when I walk, I always stare down. You know, so it's one thing that I gotta work on myself.
And the reason I do this is I'm trying to get in here and just get your neck in the right position so I can adjust it better. So I can get nice and deep in that joint. Because we're not just adjusting for pain relief, we're adjusting for structural change.
Good.
Good. And you see I got a little better on that one because I had to learn your system, meaning I had to learn what your body does. And this is the art of chiropractic, guys, is everybody's an individual and you have to adjust them accordingly. What has this first week been to you and where are we at?
It's been definitely a lot of learning. You know, but overall it's been amazing. You know, I'm super happy with how I feel. You know, mentally and physically, I feel so much better.
So much better, yeah.
Yes.
And remember you talked about on Tuesday you were 85% better on the first adjustment.
Yeah.
Now, kind of compare that feeling back then to where you are now. I mean, you would think you're 100% better, but I'm kind of curious how that number 85% on Tuesday is different now.
Now, today, knowing what I know.
Exactly. So it's a difference when you know stuff.
Yeah. I feel like I'm at 95%. You know, the biggest thing for me, you know, is you gave me my confidence back. I'm confident now when I walk around. You know, I feel like myself. You know, and I used to be very, you know, I would walk around with shoulders up. You know, very prideful person. You know, and over the years it's diminished.
It's diminished, huh?
It's diminished, and this last week, I feel like I'm ready. I'm ready for life.
Isn't that great? You know, I haven't had anybody ever put it that way. I love that because it's not just about getting rid of his pain. And this is the thing I try to do, and I talk on my channel. My mission is not to get rid of people's pain. That's not my mission. My mission is to give people their lives back, to change lives and put people back on course so that they can live a life that God gave them. Wow. Did you guys feel that double one? That was a double. Drop that left shoulder a little bit. Bingo. Did you feel that? Just like that was like a.
That was good.
That was like a carrot snapping. Yeah, that was a full-on shift, guys. That last adjustment. By the way, Andrew and Kurt, and you'll see one of his old videos on there, the hearing video. So check him out. But he's back for a couple days, feeling rested, but neck stiff, level 0 still. So not a lot of pain, but more kind of like swollen kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So you would want to, and you guys should want to do this. You'd want to have more icing sessions, just because you want to, combat that inflammation. Sitting at the computer, 30 minutes, level 4, stinging. Right.
That was the one where I was, oh shoot. And
so what'd you do?
I readjusted my seat.
And how'd that work?
Better. The pain went from a 4 to like a 1.
I couldn't have scripted it up better.
So the whole goal was.
I got that all on camera, didn't I?
Typically, if things happen, I just go back over the basics. I make sure the car's good,
Absolutely.
the bed's good, how I'm working's good.
And then
you can set it
everything
up and you can kind of slouch it. So I just kind of double the effort of going back over the basics because it.
Okay, Andrew, we're going to do your first atlas adjustment here. Okay, he says he's excited, and I'm excited to do it and see what kind of changes we get. This will help release your jaw a lot more too. This way. How's that feel now?
Good. Came in here, my neck felt tense, sore.
Uh-huh.
Already I feel very loose.
I appreciate you listening. I appreciate it because I just want to get you better.
Yeah.
And so I see you getting better. It's nice. It's fun for me to see somebody take to that quick. Much better this morning. Better. That's
But
awesome.
it's more than just the pain. It's like you say, the vision.
That wasn't even a complaint of
calmness,
this. That wasn't even a
Right.
complain.
So many other things get better.
I felt like I was foggy most of my life.
Brain fog.
You know, it was
Most of your life now.
Yeah, looking back and just comparing this last week and a half or whatever, I just again I feel younger. I feel good.
Since you liked the Atlas so much last time and you had such a good result, we're going to go in it again and hopefully get a little deeper on this one. Good. Holy shamoles. What's going on?
Feeling good.
Feeling good?
Yeah, besides, just minor, the pain, it's not as intense as it was before. But now that I recognize the pain, I'm able to kind of adjust my posture,
Good.
and really minimize that as much as I can.
That's the most important thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us about the vision thing. Still the clarity in the morning? Still.
My left eye, I can see again.
Yeah.
It's good.
Didn't you say you had a problem with your vision?
Yes, it was.
That's right. I forgot all about that.
It was this eye.
Yeah. Even though none of you guys care about it. How's your sleep?
Good. Besides the heat, I sleep.
The heat.
Yeah, the heat.
It's been kind of cool lately.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I sleep all night. Maybe I'll wake up once or twice, but nothing where I get up and then I'm up for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then I go back to bed.
Yeah, good. And you're waking up refreshed, all that kind of stuff. Anything else you want to share?
I feel great.
No. I forgot. More flexible than I thought. There we go. He's more flexible than I thought. I forgot.
Yeah.
I mean, just as Atlas is not as flexible, so I forgot about this. That's funny. Okay, let the shoulder go right. Good, nice, perfect. Does that feel different than last week too?
Easier.
Yeah. So we're gonna see how he does, and again, we do this not because it's really neurologic, because we create a lot of scar tissue around here. His muscles create scar tissue around the base of his neck, where the ribs and the neck come together. You have highly immobile area to highly mobile area, and that creates controversy, so we try to loosen that up so you can have better flexibility. Okay, let's get him a walk.
Last night I tried to implement the way that you taught me how to sleep.
Yep.
I kept waking up throughout the night. It was comfortable to lay in. I just couldn't fall asleep in that position. So I would fall asleep for a little bit.
So what do you think it was? Do you think it was discomfort from the position, or was it mental because it's just so different?
I think it was mental.
How do you feel this morning? Exhausted?
No.
You still feel sort of refreshed, huh?
I still feel sort of.
Isn't that kind of funny?
Yeah, it's weird. I know I didn't sleep much, but I don't feel like I'm like super tired.
Yeah, and why do you think that is? We've talked about this the last couple of weeks.
I was able to kind of keep the posture as I slept.
Exactly, and your body retained it, even though psychologically it was damaging. We don't like to change as humans, guys. We hate change, and so just changing something psychologically is really difficult. Kind of put these last 2 weeks into perspective for us.
So these last 2 weeks, it's definitely been a lot of learning.
Okay.
One thing for me is obviously, I sought help for many years. Got to a point where I said, you know what, I need to, I don't know everything, and the biggest thing for me was coming here with an open mind, saying, hey, you know what, I need to do what I can to make myself, better. But these last 2 weeks have been amazing. And already on day one, there was instant relief on day one. And the biggest thing that you've taught me is to recognize those moments where I say, hey, I have that pain here or on my neck. And through your teachings, I've been able to kind of slow down. Slow down, assess myself, and say, okay, cool. Just notice the pain and adjust it right away, instead of ignoring it and letting it just kind of build up and build up. That's for me. That's the biggest thing, is me being more aware of my body and listening. So,
yeah.
I was reluctant to stay I'm very very happy I stayed, because again, you know, it's seeing the progression and seeing the things that you taught week by, you know, week over week. It makes sense. What you're saying leads and adds together, and it makes sense of what it is that I need to do to make sure I'm not hurting.
I love it. I love it. Your low back pain, which you said locked up, sciatica, 5 years, been to tons of chiropractors for this, been losing it.
Yeah.
How is that?
These last 2 weeks. So when I came in here, it was you know, an 8 or a 10. It was about an 8 or a 10 for about a week and a half before I came to you. And the first, you know, after the first couple of days, it was maybe a 2.
What is it now?
I don't notice it. Yeah.
Okay, so how about the headaches? 3 or 4 times a week?
No headaches. The first week, nothing. I think the weather's kind of nasty.
We have the fires right now.
Yeah, the fires, and, you know, I have asthma, so then the ash and everything, it's not good, and I hate heat. You know, it's humid here instead of in Washington. It's nice and cool. I'm spoiled up there now, but here I guess it's just.
He loves you guys in Washington, by the way. He goes, "I'm living there permanently." Yeah. I go, "What about Southern California?" I like Washington better. I've never heard anybody say that. So, yeah. Anyways, you guys give me all sorts of crap on that, but I thought it was funny he said that. Yeah. Headaches. So a better, and you've had these headaches all your life. Yes. I found out, right? So that's good. Vertigo 3 or 4 times a week, meaning dizziness, lightheadedness.
And I would be sitting, and I would get up, and I would get up too fast. I would see stars, you know, or my vision would just go black. Hasn't happened in 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Yeah. 2 weeks, sure. Okay, so you had carpal tunnel. You had numbness in your hands every day.
Nothing hasn't happened since.
Yeah. Okay. This is a big one, guys, and you guys don't think it's anything, but I think it's the most amazing miracle that it could possibly happen. I've changed his vision.
Yes.
And so tell us about that. Tell them they don't believe me or this treatment, but tell us how much better your vision is. We do this all the time, guys.
My left eye was consistently blurry. From morning to about night, it would just progressively get worse. And then in the morning, it would be back to being somewhat okay. My eye hasn't been blurry at all, really.
Yeah, this last week's even been better since we started working on your atlas.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple days ago, he came in and he goes, "I woke up, I can see everything now."
Yeah, you know, before I used to, you know, drive, I could not read the license plate in the car in front of me. And then this last week, I was like, oh, I could actually read it. Yeah. You know, so it's drastically improved. And
how much work did you look to with other doctors to try to get that fixed?
I went to 2 different eye doctors. Both of them gave me, they both said they didn't know what was wrong with my eye. They blamed it on allergies, but I don't walk around with one eye closed, you know, so it didn't make sense.
Yeah. I'm always laughing at medical doctors, and people always go, "You can't talk bad about the medical doctor because you're not a real doctor." Don't call me a doctor. I don't give a shit. I get results. And you see them on camera, and I don't make promises. I show it, I back it up, and you guys still want to give me shit. But anyways, last thing, heartburn 3 to 4 times a week.
I haven't had any. I've had more Mexican food down here in the last 2 weeks than I have in a year and a half, you know, and I feel fine. No,
and you used to get it, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Let's ask you one other thing. Self-adjusting. How's self-adjusting going?
I haven't done it.
And you're somebody who's been doing it forever.
Forever. Every morning I would, you know, do the back, do the neck, do all of it, you know, my elbow, my knee, all of it, just because it felt good. You know,
remember I told you to stop, and you said it was difficult to stop before you came here? Mm-hmm. How does the treatment help with stopping?
My body feels good. It feels relaxed. It feels like it's all one piece now.
Yeah. How much difference is there adding the second week?
I feel like it amplifies the first week.
That's what I would have said too.
Yeah, well, because again, I had to learn. First, I had to understand what it is that you're teaching me. You know, that's that first week is okay, understanding what it is that you're doing and learning it, and then that second week is me really implementing what I learned on top of the adjustments.
Yeah.
The thing that I remember most of what you said from day one, you said, "Do you care what people think about the way that you walk, or do you want to feel better?"
That's good. I love that.
You know, again,
I said that?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I wish you were here for that one. You would be laughing at me. Good. Come on. I'm going to have you stop right here, do your progressions, so we can see kind of how you do it. Okay. Very good. Let's go to the door. Beautiful. So the one thing I'm going to tell you when you go home, the progressions look good, just make sure you slow down a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind you walking fast here because you're so used to it. When you go home, again, slow down for the first couple days
Okay.
so you can learn.